Hey everyone, it's Jen at Ink Paper Rubber. I cannot believe how this day has gotten away from me. I had hoped to bring this video to you a lot sooner, but we had class this morning and then it has just been crazy pants around here today, mostly in a good way. It's been busy. We definitely have people that are in town for the expo that have stopped by and just have had a lot of people in. Also something exciting, a couple weeks ago I got a call from someone at 435 magazine, apparently in their August issue. They're doing a paper feature. I'm not exactly sure what that entails, kind of related to back to school, and they interviewed some people at different paper stores around town, and I was one of them. I'm not sure who else was included. And so the photo stylist came by today and wanted to get some samples of things. So anyhow, it's just been a crazy day, and then Facebook wasn't working, but I am here now, so I'm going to try and get through this and show you the new Tim Holtz that we got. There is so much great stuff in here. We are already out of a few things. I've got more stuff coming, so if you don't see what you want, be sure and talk to us. Through Sunday, we're still having our pre-order special. Anything from the new release that you either order or buy that we have in store, you get an entry into a drawing for a free die from this release valued up to $20, and for every $50 that you spend on this product order, you get another entry. So definitely be sure and check it out before Sunday if you can. So let's jump in. I'm going to start off. This is primarily Halloween and Christmas release. I'm going to start off with the Halloween items. First thing, we have a new Biggs die. It is the Skull and Crossbones, and he is really funny. I think he is so fun. And I will just point out that the crossbones are actually two separate bones, so you can certainly cross them if you want, but I've seen some other fun samples where they have done other things with those, maybe make them dinosaur bones or something like that. So that's really fun. This is the Frightful Things. It's a Thinlits die, and these are always popular, the seasonal releases. This one is really great. Notice that eyeball there. I actually saw a sample where somebody put the eyeballs in the skull and crossbones, so definitely look at how you can combine these and use them together. But you can see we have the black cat, the witch's legs, spider and spiderweb, jack-o'-lantern. We have a couple of fun ghosts, and one thing you might think about is how you could use those in different ways. I think someone has used the bottom of them and made those creepy kind of Freddy Krueger type hands. So lots of different ways you can use these if you look at them in different ways. Another Halloween one is the Bat Crazy, and this one is really fun. You have bats of all different sizes, so they're perfect for a lot of different projects, from cards to home decor, and also they're in different positions, so you definitely get a nice variety in there. This particular one is one of my favorites, and while I think it is great for Halloween, it does not have to be Halloween. This one is called Regions Beyond, and you can see you get the crystal ball, and I just might point out that the crystal ball is in fact sized to work with the dimensional domes. These of course came out last year with the tiny snow globe, and then I think the last release, the Chapter 2 release, he had all the little travel icons and worked with that. Well, they also work with the crystal ball. You also get all of these other fun things. A few of them will fit in there. A lot of them are not necessarily designed to go in the crystal ball. I really love this book. Someone today said that looked like a Harry Potter book. So if you're into that, that is really great. These candles are great too, and I have seen those used for Christmas, so they don't have to just be for Halloween. And then these really great potion bottles. And you notice how these are all multiple pieces so that you can really get some fun layering and dimension with these. Next one for Halloween is a really fun one. This is the Hip Haunts die. And these creatures are so funny. And I might point out that you can accessorize these however you want. I don't know if you can, I'm trying to get it to focus in there on all the different pieces that you get. So here we have the monocle on Dracula, but you could put that on the pumpkin or the cat. You've got the spectacles, you have the different hats, so you can really have fun with these and mix and match them to come up with your own creations. This next one is great because it can be used for Halloween or Christmas or so many other things. This is the Sweet Treats die, and obviously you can make all kinds of fun Halloween candy with this. We are currently out of the Cauldron, which is one of the Biggs dies in this release that has been super, super popular. And I've seen some samples where they filled the cauldron with Halloween candy. But you can see also there that you have the candy cane. So depending on the colors you do this in, you could certainly use this for Christmas or other holidays as well. All right, this next one is not really particularly any season. It is good for lots of things. It's another one of their repeat dies. This one is called Festive Repeat. And the repeat dies are ones that basically cut a pattern out of whatever you're doing. They do not cut this rectangle out. They only cut that interior pattern. And they're designed so that you can repeat them. And I don't think I can really show you here too well, but they actually have registration marks on them so that you can actually line them up and get perfect repeats every time. This kind of plaid background is great. Here we have the striped background, the harlequin diamonds, and also the polka dots. So that could be used for a lot of different things. This next one is an embossing folder, and once again, it does not particularly have to be seasonal. It is really great. It is called Crackle, and it is 3D, which means that it has different layers of embossing, which really give it an amazing effect. And one thing that's really cool, if you watch Tim's video, if you use it on, I guess, kind of the right side, it is very sharp and geometric with all these sharp creases in it. But if you turn it over, the back side of it is all of these valleys in there, and they're very soft and pillowy looking. It almost looks like a cloud or cotton balls or something like that. So this is actually a great embossing folder that you can use it on either side and get a totally different look depending on which side you use it on. This next one is also one that can be used for both Halloween and Christmas and so many other times as well. This is a Biggs die, so it's one of the thick steel rule dies, and it is the window frame. And you can see that you actually get quite a few different pieces, so you can actually make a really nice three-dimensional looking window. And I've seen some great samples where this is done in Halloween projects, but also in Christmas projects. So I think that one is going to be really popular as well. All right, I think the rest of these that I have to show you are fairly specifically Christmas. This one here has been really popular. I think this may be the last one we have left, and I had quite a few of these. This is called Santa's Helper, and you see you get this cute little elf silhouette. And he is designed so that he can be carrying something in his hands, but it does not have to be packages. This is just a sample of showing that you can use the packages and have him carrying the packages, but you could have him carry all other kinds of things if you want to. All the present dies are included with it, as well as here you get some little candy dies as well. One thing, and I will show you a sample of this that I want to point out, is there is a really clever Halloween sample where she used just these box lids. You can see this one down here, and she turned them into books because they look very much like books looking at on a bookshelf from the side with their spines. So really great use for that die as well. Here is another die that also works with the dimensional domes. It's the Christmas circle words, and these are designed so that they just cut out that inside part so you can place them wherever you want on your project. But you actually also have these other circle dies. You can use that larger one if you want to actually frame around that one and cut out a narrow frame around it. You have that optional die that you can use to turn it into an ornament. This die here, I believe, is sized specifically to fit behind that opening, so if you wanted to cut a different color to fit behind there, you could. And you can also see that you get a hanger, and once again, the dimensional domes are sized to fit into those as well. This is a fun sentiment one. It is Merry Christmas, and you just get two different size sentiments. One of them is great for your smaller cards, and the other is good as either a focal point on your card or on a maybe a home decor project. And then you also get this cute little bow that you can use with it or on something else. Here is another Biggs die. This one is the seasonal scroll. This is really pretty holly with berries. It is pretty large, but keep in mind you can always cut this out and cut up pieces of it to use just parts of it if you don't want to use the whole thing. This is the newest entry into the Geo line. There is a Geo Halloween line, which I hopefully will have coming soon, but this is the Geo Christmas, and you can see you get these 4 fun images. You get the stag head, you get the tree, the ornament, and the star. These are great just to cut out, but you can also do some fun inlay techniques, and I know Tim has some really great samples on his blog that I will show you here in a minute. This is another one that is a great negative die. I am always a huge fan of these because all you need to do is do a fun background and put it behind those openings and you have a great card. This one I'm going to guess is maybe Distress inks or Distress Oxide inks. You could also do alcohol inks or watercolors and get a really stunning card. I will point out that the poinsettia and the leaves are separate dies, so you do not have to use the leaves if you don't want them. You can place them wherever you want them. You can use them on a different project if you want. So that's just a nice little touch that those are separate so that you can make a choice on how you want to use them. Couple more big dies that we have. This one is the layered pine, and you actually get two different dies here, and as the name suggests, they are designed so that you can layer them like you see here, but they can also be used separately, so that kind of doubles the value for it. I also really like this Biggs die. It is the reindeer, and that's just a really classic reindeer silhouette. This one is the Festive Things, and you can see all the fun holiday little images that we have on here, the skates, the stocking, the Santa hat, the mittens, and the trees. And one thing that's really nice, you can't really tell it here, but when these dies have multiple pieces like that little coffee cup there, all of those pieces are going to be on a single die together so that you don't have to try and figure out what pieces go with what. And that's just a really nice touch that those are all on a single die for you to cut out. Here is another really great negative die. This is the Nordic Winter, and again what you get are you get the openings cut out, and there have been some really great samples. I'll show you some of them where people have cut it out multiple times out of different colors and gone in and pieced some different colors in there, but you also have all these really great images or icons that you can use the cutout pieces and use them on other things. There's a really cute tag sample. And the last thing, actually two things. Yep, I thought there was something else hiding under there. These two dies are what Tim is now calling his colorized line, and he said in his video he was inspired by Disney. He, of course, is a big Disney fan, and he wanted something in the dies that you could use your dies to really do different layers and levels of color. And these are the first two that he came up with. This one is Jolly St. Nick, and he has a lot of pieces to him. I am not going to lie. There are 11 dies, but some of those dies cut out multiple pieces. But look at all that fantastic detail that you can get just with your die cuts with him. And this is another colorized die. This one is a little bit simpler, and this is the hanging ornaments. And there where you can see those different colors, those are actually separate dies so that you can choose your different shades of your color and layer them and really get those great shadow and highlight effects. So let me show you some samples. These are all from Tim's blog. Tim has an amazing design team. If you have not had a chance to watch his videos yet, I'm going to highly suggest that you do, but they are very long, so you can certainly go and just look at his blog, and he has a lot of the samples. This sample here is, I think, an amazing one. So many things on it. There's the fireplace, you see the windows there. It has a lot of things, the candles and the ghosts and the skull from the Frightful Things. Up here we have the crystal ball with a ghost in it, and there you can see the books up there are what I was telling you are from the package lids from Santa's Helper. And there you also see a little potion bottle in there. There is Ghost Town, which I skipped that one because it was hidden under there. This is a really great Halloween die, and there you can see a fun sample there, and also with the Bat Crazy in it. Here are some other fun samples. There is the bone from the Skull and Crossbones. There is the fireplace, which I am out of, but I am going to get more. Definitely, if you're interested, you're going to want to put an order in for that. Here they've used some of the dies and actually decorated cookies. It's pretty amazing. Love this one with this alcohol ink background and the ghost town on it. There's some more of the images from Frightful Things. And here we have some more great pieces. There you can see the cauldron, and there you can see those ghosts and some other things from Frightful Things. So lots of fun things, and let me just come over here and show you a few from the Christmas release. There you can see Santa's helper. There's, I think, one of the reasons why that cauldron has been so popular, because people have been using it for things other than as a cauldron. There is a really great use, a different use of the poinsettia die. He talks about that in his video. There you can see the fireplace that we're out of. Get rid of that. There you can see there is that Santa, how fantastic he is. And I do have a couple things down here. There's some soft goods things, stocking and such, that I want to show you. Oh, I want to show you this one. This one is using the Festive Repeats. There is that kind of plaid background, and there is the Harlequin diamond. There you can see the Nordic Winter, and there's the reindeer. There's that Christmas ribbon. There you can see some of the Geo. This one I think is absolutely stunning with the Geo reindeer head. Here's some more with the Nordic. You can see where they've cut out different colors and pieced them in, and then you can see she's taken some of those little pieces and made cute little tags from them, so you don't have to waste any of it, of your die cutting. There is a great piece using the Santa and a lot of the other things. There you can see the colorized ornaments. And look at that Christmas stocking. This is done with felt, and it looks like maybe some wool for the trees back there from the layered pine. So many fun things you can do with these. They are sure to go fast, so I hope you will stop by and check them out. Hope you all have a great evening, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Goodbye.